Chapter 8, Applying the Coherence Principle, EdTech 513 presentation by Maria Pickering, Nicole Sarty, and Kimberly Woodruff. The Coherence Principle highlights the importance of keeping e-learning content concise and including only content that directly contributes to the educational objective. This applies to the use of words, graphics, and audio. Guideline 1, Avoiding extraneous words. Do be concise. Use simple, straightforward language. Stick to essential points. Stay on key information that is relevant to the topic at hand. Include content directly related to the learning objective. It should guide what is being included and excluded. Weed out extraneous words. Remove words that are distracting or make the message overly complex. Don't add unnecessary embellishments. Include irrelevant content or incorporate cute stories or trivia. This may sound like it makes the content more engaging, but will only cause stress. Mayer and others in 1996 found that students who read an entire passage scored lower on transfer tests than students who read a summary of the text. Lehman and others in 2007 and Mayer and others in 2008 both conducted studies in which the seductive details were added to lessons in order to make the lesson more interesting. In both cases, the students who experienced the lesson without seductive details performed better. Adding interesting but irrelevant details distracts learners and hinders learning. Comprehension check. Which of the following is an effective strategy for incorporating words into instruction? The correct answer is A. Provide concise text of summaries of essential information. Words should be as simple as possible and directly related to the objective. Extraneous or lengthy content should be avoided. Guideline 2. Avoid adding extraneous graphics. Do include simple and relevant images. Minimize the extraneous images. Use simple graphics and simple schematics and diagrams. Don't decorate lessons with extraneous pictures. Jazz them up with seductive photos to gain interest. Use detailed graphics or text, or add complex or detailed schematics. Keep it simple. Keep visuals simple to improve student performance. When researchers reviewed science and mathematics textbooks, they found most illustrations irrelevant to the main theme of the accompanying lesson. Including images as a means to engage students actually results in lower test performance rather than helping them learn the material. Extraneous pictures and their text captions can interfere with learning by distracting, disrupting, and seducing the learner's attention away from the relevant material. The cognitive theory of multimedia learning is based on what we know about the brain and learning. Multimedia design should support cognitive functions without overloading limited dual processes for visual and auditory processing. It is important to simplify graphics, schematics, and limit unnecessary visuals to prevent overload. Comprehension check. What do instructors need to remember about using visuals in their multimedia that will help student performance? The correct answer is E, all of the above. Keeping graphics simple, including instructive visuals, minimizing extraneous visuals, and simplifying schematics and diagrams all support the learner's ability to manage the cognitive capacity needed for comprehension. Guideline 3. Avoiding adding extraneous sounds. Background music or environmental sounds are especially problematic in learning situations that require heavy cognitive load. Studies discussed by Clark and Mayer in 2016 point to the importance of eliminating extraneous sounds. Ransdell and Gilroy in 2001 studied students who listened to music while writing essays. They found students considerably slowed their production rate in order to maintain high quality of work when listening to background music. Marino and Mayer in 2000 tested students listening to narration of a lightning presentation with and without environmental sounds. They found results were better without the environmental sounds of lightning and electrical charges. In this e-learning example, simple instructional graphics are used to demonstrate the difference in radiation levels for two types of radiation treatments. Concise text is displayed adjacent to each graphic to label what the graphic represents. A color key in the center of the screen makes it easy to understand what level of radiation each color indicates. As the screen is displayed, audio narration explains in more detail what is being demonstrated by the graphics. By having the graphics for two types of radiation displayed side by side, rather than on separate screens, it is easy for the learner to visually compare the levels of radiation for each treatment type. In this e-learning example, the graphics used are predominantly decorative and don't add any instructional value. Although the text on the screen is simple and concise, all text on the screen is read word for word during the audio narration. There is also music playing in the background. Final review. According to the coherence principle, the best way to help students learn continuous noise, keep images relevant to the material, avoid using images for entertainment, and keep text on screen simple and to the point. They will all support the coherence principle and support learning.